Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be presenting a case of conjunctival hematoma, which is mimicking a sebaceous horn. So here is a patient, 67-year-old male, who's an occupation by clerk, hailing from Bangalore. He complains of growth of fleshy mass in right eye since 3 years. So patient was apparently normal 3 years back when he noticed growth of fleshy mass in his right eye. So it was insidious in onset and progressive in nature. It was not associated with any pain, redness, or watering. There was no history of diminution of vision, diplopia, or restricted eye movements. There's no history of change in size of the mass on coughing or physical straining or change in posture. No history of flashes or floaters, no history of similar complaints in the other eye, or no history of any other swellings anywhere else in the body, and no history of any ocular trauma or previous ocular surgeries. No known comorbidities. Family history and personal history, nothing significant. General examination and systemic examination were within normal limits. So summary is 67-year-old male patient with no known comorbidities, presenting with growth of fleshy mass in right eye, insidious in onset, progressive in nature since 3 years. So ocular examination, head posture and ocular posture was normal and orthotropic. Forehead and eyebrows were normal and at same level, facial symmetry maintained. Distant vision was in right eye was 612 with pinhole improvement to 6.9 and left eye was 6.9, pinhole improvement to 6.6. Extraocular movements were free and painless. Eyelids were normal in position movements. And lacrimal apparatus examination was normal. Syringing was done and no regurgitation seen. Conjunctival examination in right eye, there was a 2 into 1 centimeter fusiform shaped fleshy pedunculated mass, pinkish in color with ulcerated tip located at inferotemporal aspect of right eye. It was non-tender, smooth surface and irregular tip, soft to firm consistency, non-pulsatile. It was fixed to the underlying conjunctiva, but it was free from underlying sclera. There was increased vascularity at the base of the mass. As we can see here, this mass is situated at the inferotemporal region. We can see there's increased vascularity at the base of the mass. So cornea was size, shape, surface, transparency and sensations were normal in both eyes. Anterior chamber was normal and optically clear. Iris was normal color and pattern in both eyes. Pupil was 3 mm round and reactive to light in both eyes. Intraocular pressures were 12 mm of Hg in right eye and 14 mm of Hg in left eye. Posterior segment examination was normal. So probable diagnosis of conjunctival sebaceous cyst, hemangioma or hematoma was made. Basic investigations were done to look for the HIV, HbS-Ag and sugar levels were checked. And patient was posted for surgical management. So basically excision biopsy of mass was done under local anesthesia and mass was sent for histopathological examination. So histopathological reports were features of suggestive of vascular hematoma favoring cavernous type was the reports. So this is the HB slide pictures. We can see the dilated blood vessels are there. This was the post-operative day 1 picture. So patient extraocular movements were fine. That's all.
So what is the difference between a malformation and a hematoma?
Hematoma is basically aberrant growth of the mature normal tissue, which is normal to that particular anatomical site, ma'am.
Normal or in a different anatomical site?
No, ma'am, to the normal anatomical site, ma'am. Whereas choriostomas are
I said, see, there is a lot of confusion now. Hematoma is basically when you have a normal tissue and an abnormal site. So I couldn't really understand what you were trying to convey. If it's a malformation, we can understand, but why did your pathologist label it as hematoma? That I could not understand. So it's
and also, I think you kept sebaceous cyst as your first differential diagnosis. So what made you think of it? Conjunctiva does not have sebaceous gland, isn't it?
Yeah, ma'am, but
so why sebaceous?
the
it
clinical
was not
picture
yellowish.
just on the history and anterior segment examination, it looked like a sebaceous horn. That's why we thought.
Are you talking about the squamous cutaneous horn? What you see in the skin tags, or are you talking about sebaceous
like that,
cyst
ma'am,
is a different
but
entity.
yeah, ma'am, sebaceous glands are not there in the conjunctiva, but as per there are few rare cases of sebaceous gland carcinomas also seen primarily in the bulbar conjunctiva has been reported previously, ma'am.
Yeah, but those will have own set of features. Sebaceous
Yeah,
carcinoma has a yellowish look. If it's
Yeah,
a sebaceous cyst, it will be more yellowish. This is not yellowish, this is reddish and bluish.
And I think what you could see below was multiple hemorrhages that had kind of, you know, crusting was there. That is more. Did you actually see through those sections where the crusting was there? What was really present in that area? Because, you know, the entire pathology would change after that.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, when we had sent for HP reporting, we had told to take two different sections in the tip and in the center also. But whatever they could examine and make the slides of only those things. we
So
got
what is
there.
the concern here? What is Dr. Ruchi trying to convey? Like, why are you interested in looking at the base of the lesion? So for some reason, there is keratin formation, which is forming the horn, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
She's an old lady. There is no reason why there should be so much of exuberant keratin formation
Yes, ma'am.
in an otherwise normal-looking conjunctiva, isn't it?
Yes.
So what are the lesions which can cause lot of exuberant keratin formation? What can be there underlying? What you are seeing might be just the
Yeah,
tip
ma'am.
of the
Ocular
iceberg.
surface squamous neoplasias also we see lot
Squamous
of
cell
keratin.
carcinoma needs to be ruled out.
carcinomas, yeah, ma'am.
Sometimes what you see is just the tip of the iceberg, but the actual lesion might be lying somewhere in the conjunctiva.
Yes,
And because it's a squamous neoplasm, it causes a lot of keratin formation, which sometimes can manifest just as a keratin horn.
Correct.
So maybe
Yes,
you can go back and look at the base of the lesion where the excision was done and see if there is any ATPA in that area.
Sure.